Okay, DGP 126. Back behind the mic, it's Steven and KP recording on a Wednesday, February 18th.
Howdy, KP. Happy Hump Day. Happy Ash Wednesday. Happy first night of Ramadan. Yes, we're in that holiday week. You're thinking, damn, these dudes just put out an episode and we back. I got a text from KP that said, hey, I need to get on the mic tonight. What's going on, man? What happened?
This is one of the rare occasions that a game ends and it's the evening and you gotta get some things off your mind. You just gotta get some things off your mind because I am looking at a team with back-to-back draws in the league, Steven. I am looking at a team with 2 wins in the last 7 league games, Steven. And I've got some notes for the manager.
Woo-wee! When is it gonna end, Robbie? When is it gonna end? Real bad time to be an Arsenal fan.
Dude, the vibes are just so turned, and we like to try to bring some good energy and put it out in the universe. And sadly, right now, with the way that the games are turning out, 12 to go, now 11 for us, right? Ooh, the league is a different beast, dude.
So tell me, how are we doing this? Are we feeding on that negative energy? Are we turning up the rage for a little bit, preparing for that bedtime? Or are we trying to put that coolness on the result?
I think there's going to be a little bit of tone involved with what we're going to say, but I don't want it to be too harsh or personal in any way, and I want to keep at least my own levels pretty low and try to have a good conversation around the manager, and hopefully AirPods is listening because he has got to sort it out, dude.
All right, I think we try to split the gap. There's plenty of negative to talk about. There's still some positives. It's a silver lining pod, but there are still positives, right? Obviously, you take a point away against the worst team in the league. Pretty rough. I'll say it, pretty rough. Okay. But, it was raining. It was raining today.
It was a
so
rainy
what the rain.
day.
No, I think we try to split the gap. We try to give the negative with a little bit of positive. The negative does outweigh things today. Absolutely, it outweighs things today. But we try to hit a little positive. Here in DC, there's a sewage spill right now. Massive sewage spill. And I'm watching this game, and I'm thinking I got shit outside in the Potomac River. I got shit on my TV, shit everywhere. I need this pod to bring me back. Bring me back to the best times when there is no shit all around me.
We can try to do that, dude. I mean, maybe the best way to do that is to start by saying, who had a positive game against Wolves? Who can walk out of that game with his head up?
I like that starting point. My personal man of the match, Declan Rice. I really like the way he played. I like the way he looked. Even when we're going through the mud, the one player that I felt was trying to get us through the moment was Declan Rice. So he'd be my one shout out. Who you got?
I agree with you. I thought Declan Rice played really well. There were a few interceptions that he made, a few charges that he had where he just gets his head on it, dude. It looks so scary when he's going for it. I'm worried about his life, but he does it, man. And then he very calmly just heads it always accurately to our player. So I really enjoyed his performance. I agree with you. I think the people on Blue Sky, UGA Gooner, also felt that Declan was maybe one of the few players who understands what's at stake.
I would agree with that. Again, there's something about him when you're watching us be bad, right? Not being able to put the ball on the floor, playing long balls, just giving it back to them, recycling that play of wave after wave of attack against us. He does seem like the one guy that has a cool head, that will put a ball on the ground, right? Try to put the ball maybe backwards, play the ball backwards, has his arms waving. I'm all for that. Waving arms, I need that. That's that Jorginho level, right? That Jorginho stuff, I need that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna piggyback on that by saying I think a player who can walk out of there is one who didn't actually play. I think Martin Odegaard. I think for all the players, for all the people that have been out here really going at Martin Odegaard, when you reflect on this game against Wolves, we lacked so much control in the middle. It was a terrible day outside. We could not set the tempo of the game, it felt to me. We could not just like get on the ball and dictate the rhythm. And I think a lot of that is a testament to what Martin Odegaard brings that maybe people just undervalue.
The actual captain.
The actual captain.
Did we need the actual captain out there? I'll give Saka some grace. Obviously the early goal. Sweet. Dude got a header. I mean, this was shaping up to be a great day. Saka actually scoring a header. Love it. I thought he had a decent game. Obviously, we can have the discussion of should he have come off in the 60th minute versus playing him until he broke down. Absolutely. But I thought Saka actually looked good in that role. Him and Nani played well off of each other. But to give a shout out to another midfielder that when the game is going against you, we all know it's going against you. Who can you put onto the field? Odegaard would have probably been a good option to have.
A really good option. And Saka, I was surprised, as you know, that he was starting again. I didn't really think the manager was going to go for something like that. I wonder what that says about like the control that Saka does bring on the wing a little bit more than in the middle, because there were instances where I feel like maybe his decision making wasn't the best, but defensively he was actually so impressive in the middle. So, gives and takes, but overall, I agree with you. I thought he played his part, He contributed early on. They had just announced his contract. He did the little signature celebration. That was tight. Was very involved, but I'm trying to think who else had a positive game, and it's kind of, we're so bad at starting a podcast negatively, dude.
You know who I'm going to give a shout out to, and I don't think you're going to agree with me. I'm only giving him a shout out because when he came off and his substitute came on, I thought his substitute was not good at all. And I felt like there was a drastic change in the way we played. Victor Gyökeres. I'm going to say it. I'm going to put my chest out there. I'm speaking my truth. Is he the best player in the world? No. I actually thought he played well today. A lot of layoffs. He's not trying to even control the ball for himself. He's learning. I can't keep this ball myself, so what can I do? I can drop it off to Eze running off me. I can drop it off to Saka. I like that. Jesus comes on and decides that he's going to play an 8 role versus a 9 role for whatever reason. I don't know. I can't tell you, but I really thought our level dropped when Jesus came on.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting, right? I think 14 was not very involved in the first half. I just didn't really see him that involved in the first 45. There were a couple of good instances. I agree with you in the beginning, especially where he was helping bring the ball down. Wasn't really a threat. He had one opportunity he could have gone in at the end of, but Timber crossed it. Just crazy, dude. I don't even know how he hit that ball.
Ooh, don't get me started on Timber yet. We gotta save that for the negative part of this.
Another positive, I think Martin Zubimendi, he had good moments. There were a few instances that I remember when he cut one of their players and he got fouled and he actually got a yellow for it. It was nice, and it was in the second half, I believe. He was involved, but quiet. Again, it seemed like, the physicality of the league, Steven, maybe is a little bit of a turning point when it's so cold out. When it's so cold out, Martin Zubimendi, I don't know. Would I rather see Christian Norgard? I think so. But hey, let me get back on the positives, dude. Hincapié, huge positive, dude. his debut goal, I guess you can call it.
Debut goal, I thought he looked really good. This is a weird one because we started off 2-0, right? The first half was dreadful. Like, we got the early goal. The first half was very Arsenal. It's an ugly watch. It's an ugly game. I don't think Wolves wanted to make it a pretty game either. They're Wolves. They're not good. So it's just an ugly game. Fair enough. Everybody hated watching it, but we're up 1-0. Second half starts. Wasn't a great start to the second half either, but we got the goal. Great ball by Big Gabby into Hincapié. That was a great ball by Big Gabby into Hincapié.
Yeah.
Good finish. The double pivot between Rice and Zubimendi. It was good, right? It was good for a while. And then it went bad. And it went sideways. And it's time to make changes. And ooh boy. Notes to the manager. What kind of subs are you making, big man? What kind of subs?
The subs are a worry, Steven. I mean, this manager, you go back and you listen to the episodes. There's only one thing that I have an issue with, and it's the substitutions. I think the starting line, whatever, it was fun. He tried something. But the subs are just dreadful, dude. I don't know what's going through their heads, man. I'm watching Saka. Like, when he made the first two subs and Saka didn't come off the pitch, that right there is a red flag, dude.
100%. There was a moment early, it was in the first half, and Saka was going to take a corner, and he was stretching his calf, his hammy. It's like, oh, okay. It was like immediately like, okay, he's not going to be able to play the full game. We all know it. That he's been playing in the center. He doesn't have to do as many hard yards, maybe not as many sprints. Perfect. First subs go by. Saka is still on the field. Not only is he still on the field, he said, go play right wing. I'm serious, man. I just can't even believe what I'm seeing. Some of these decisions, I would love for someone to ask the question and to get an honest answer. I would love to know.
Yeah, I agree with you. And did that come after it had become 2-1? Or was that still at 2-0?
His substitution came after their first goal.
Their first goal was pretty quickly like after ours. And I do feel like Hincapié could have done a better job of closing down the player. Like a little bit of an up and down with him there. But really, really nice goal. It is just so surprising to see our first two subs not involve Saka, put him at the right wing, and you're looking at the players that have come on, and you're just wondering, we're lacking control. We're lacking control, and bringing on Jesus and...
It was Jesus and Eze for Nani and Gyökeres. I think that looks good, right?
On paper,
Eze,
yeah.
obviously Eze the midfielder, Jesus, kind of the guy that drops deep. That Jesus one didn't work. I don't think Eze looked terrible, but boy, oh boy, why isn't it Saka? I don't really know. I just can't really figure that one out.
Yeah, and then like just a few minutes after that, like 7 minutes after that, Saka goes on the ground. He's basically just saying, can you please take me off? Why did I have to do these 10 minutes? That's a player giving you a signal. Like, as a manager, that's your sign. Is he reading the signs? I don't know. Like, Ben White had to do it the last game. Ben White was like, yo, I've been gassed out here. Help me.
There's no way that caught him by surprise, right? I can't imagine going into the game. The game plan was probably, hey, you're not going to play the full 90. We'll get you off at some point. Saka's like, perfect. I'll give you what I can. 2-0. They scored 5 minutes after. So we scored in the 56th minute. They made it 2-1 in the 61st. Great chance to make the substitutions, right? I think we made them in the 65th. So shortly after their goal. The run of play was against us, I would say. Are you asking Saka to now put in the hard yards on the right wing? I just don't understand what the thought process is. Why is Saka then asked to play at right wing? And like, I think immediately Saka's like, nah, screw this. I'm not doing that. I can't do that for you, right? We lost control. Who would you put in? Odegaard's not on the bench. Who do you put in if we've lost control and the game's become very open?
Yeah. Yeah, the game just the thing about this game is, as I was watching it in that first half, my immediate thought, like, it was a really chippy game. Like, when you were watching it, their players were starting to get really aggressive. I mean, Mascaro on their team, that guy was angry from like minute 2 at everybody, and their forwards started to get angry because Big Gabby stepped on them. Suddenly, we were firing up their belly. That was the thing I didn't understand, Steven, is like, where is our professionalism? Forget the fucking subs. What are the players doing out here? Like, for a second, dude, can you not make this a dogfight? These guys have nothing to lose.
Hey, but you got it at the end after the game when Jesus pushed Mosquera. We got it after the whistle blew.
What's that saying about the mentality of this guy? Like, how many problems have we had with Jesus? You know, you think back this season, there was what was that game when he had the chance and he started cutting them and took a shot on the ground that just went right to their goalkeeper and they started a counter on us and he could have just gone to the corner.
To the corner. Yeah, I mean, that's his MO though, right?
And
I can't name the game because it's multiple games that he's done that.
Now the game ends and now you're showing fight? What, dude?
Man. So, like, both of their goals, it's an issue of closing them down. So, banger. Their first goal's a banger. Hincapie, yeah, I think he's a little late to close that out. The second one, they play the ball backwards. Why is that dude able to put in a perfect cross? And it wasn't a great cross. Like, let's just say that it wasn't a great cross. Obviously, Raya and Big Gabby had a mistake there. But for that dude to put in the ball that he did, no one was close enough. It was Zubamendi and Timber. No one actually closed the guy down. Is there enough to, like, I'm not going to criticize Big Gabby. I'm not going to criticize Raya for that. I'm just not. The dude that put the ball in smashed it. That dude smashed that ball. Like a foot off, or like probably a yard off the ground. Like, fantastic for him. Like, that thing laid up for him. That's a finish of dreams. Like, I'm sure that connection when he hit it, phenomenal. Like, I'm not going to blame us for, I can't pick players to blame for those things. I am very much struggling with, like, the way we played, though, KP. It's the game that we played. 60th minute on, we were not on top of the game. We just watched us play against Brentford, almost the same exact thing. There's a point in the game where it's like, we are not winning this. We are not looking good. Everything's going against us. What can we do to change it? Nothing. Nothing changed.
Nothing changed, and there's a lot of, I just feel like the manager himself is really starting to let us down, man. It's 7 draws now in the league. These are like repeat patterns that we're seeing with this manager that are becoming an issue. I mean, you forget the subs. I just feel like, why does Eze have to play this right 8 role? Why does he have to play this role? What is that about? I've now watched Martin Odegaard, who we know the role is like built for. And then I've watched Ethan Nwaneri in that role, and he looks great. I've watched Saka recently play there. He's looked okay, pretty good. The best football that we played this season, I watched Kai Havertz play that role. He looked pretty good. All 4 of them, left-footed, Steven. The channels are set up for a left footer. And we've got this right footer who we just keep putting there, and he's lost. Why? Why do we have to keep doing this, Mikel?
So at a certain point, you have Saka go down. Eze's on the field already. Was that not the almost like perfect moment to say, hey, we're not playing good. We got a 1-goal lead. Let's protect it. We got no get forward right now. Christian Norgard is the guy. We'll put Eze out on the left wing. We'll take out Martinelli, right? He's probably run his race at this point. Eze, you go play left wing. Zubamendi, Rice, Norgard to finish the game. Because, guess what? Guess how they scored off a cross? Guess who wins a lot of headers? Norgard does. It was almost like picture perfect for me to be like, this is the shut. We're shutting shot. This isn't Rob Holding. This isn't Jorginho coming to close down games anymore. It's Norgard. It's a little bit different. It's a big dude. I'm very disappointed to see him not get on the field for this game. Very disappointed.
Steven, on top of all of that, I would add he was at Brentford. It's a counterattacking team, and we've already seen this season that his long passing is very good. He breaks up play and then just releases players. And at a time where Wolves are just balling out, they're pushing on, we're not using that. And this is not the first time this season. You think back to Sunderland. I think this is when it all kind of started for you. This notion that we started to concede late in games, and it has to do with how we're managing the team, but it's how the manager is managing the game, dude. And his players on his bench. And this is a problem. I was such a proponent of Norgard playing against Sunderland the last 20 minutes. And this is the same exact situation. So, like, what did we learn? We're just a couple of dudes in DC. What is this? What is the management? This is a hobby, dude. Help me.
Yeah.
Help me enjoy it. I know you got the tools.
Does there not come a point in these games where it's almost like the game is just asking for it? Like, from an Arsenal perspective, it's like you have to put someone like that on. I feel bad for him. It's like I feel like the manager doesn't trust him or something. Captain of Brentford, good team, 7th this year. We're playing Wolves. If he can't play against Wolves, then he shouldn't be on the squad. I'm sorry. If you don't trust him to play against Wolves, why is he taking a spot on the bench? I'd rather have a 16-year-old on there to watch games and maybe learn some stuff than have Christian Norgard sitting there scratching his ass. Like, it's crazy. You watch these games, they are absolutely asking for him to come on. The team seems like they need it, and he just decides not to because I can't tell you why.
I mean, these are like weird question marks that I have, Steven. Here's another situation. Here's another sub. We've talked about that it's felt like we're making panic subs. And in this particular game, I see Richie Calafiori come on with like 6 minutes to go. At the Molyneux, it's raining. It's like snowing out there. The game is so fast. This guy got hurt in warm-ups the last game. 2 days later, he's coming in to close the game. Miles Lewis-Skelly on the bench. What's he really good at? Like winning fouls, slowing the game up for us, holding possession for us. He just played, and we had, a 4-0 shutout? Okay, Wigan. But okay, it's a 2-0 lead against Wolves. How different is that, really? Help me, dude. What are we doing out here, Mikel?
All right, I think it might be time to pick on a player quickly. I know we hit positives. I think it's time to maybe get into a negative, a player that I wasn't feeling today. So going through the subs, 3 attacking subs were put on. 2-1 game, he decided to put on 3 attacking subs. Trossard, Jesus, Eze. Then Calafiori, like you're talking about at the very end of the game, a defensive sub. Probably not the best defender on our bench, but he decided to put him on. My negative player today, Urian Timber. I'm obviously the Urian Timber guy here on this pod. I love him. But wow. He had a bad game. I think from the 85th minute from the 83rd to the 85th, he lost 3 balls back to back. I mean, I kind of thought Mikel was the type of ruthless dude to see that and be like, you're done. Yank him. You're out. Guess what happened on the goal on his side? Dude crossed it in front of his face. I'm just saying, sometimes you see a player looking bad, it's time to pull him. We pull Eze at half, but we can't pull a Urian Timber? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Steven, you're talking about the 85th minute and him giving balls away. You're talking about the last few actions, him not closing down the player. Let's go back to the fucking 15th minute of this game. Urian Timber, he looked so hurt. He looked so hurt, dude. He was limping. Saka passed the ball to him. He like couldn't walk, just passed it to another player immediately. I'm thinking halftime, he's coming off. Nothing. And you point out the fatigue, and I'm sitting here, my one to watch, and I'm wondering, like, how is Ben White not getting in? The left winger on Wolves must be the best left winger in the fucking world that Ben White can't play 45 minutes against him.
Those are the questions, man. Lewis Skelly, Ben White, Norgard, and Mosquera. Those are the players that didn't get on. One defensive sub in the 92nd minute. You decide to put on Calafiori. I just don't understand. I would love to make someone make that make sense.
Yeah, and can I be honest with you, dude? I mean, another player that we've given a lot of love to, but like, when's the last time Leandro Trossard scored? Like, when is it time to... The pendulum just swings so crazy with this manager sometimes, dude. And Trossard, today, I was disgusted by your behavior. You know we love you on this pod, dude. But are you fucking kidding me? You're better than that. We're better than that.
I'm surprised by that. So you're mad that he got smashed in the head?
I'm mad that he was milking it so much, dude. It was the 92nd minute, and he just kept going on and on about it. And literally, as I was watching, I was thinking, oh, man, like, if they score, like, we deserve it. We kind of deserve it with these games that we're playing right now. I did not appreciate it at all, dude. At all.
I actually don't put that on Trossard. I put that on the medical staff. I think they were instructed to do that. He obviously came off. I'm going to say he was probably concussed. Like, I kind of think he was. I do. Big Gabby earlier, when he took his head injury, that looked bad. Like, I actually think he also took one to the dome. That was a crazy one. The fact that Trossard came off, I actually do think he was injured. I do. You don't think he was? You think that was just games?
I think if he's really injured, we can tell it pretty quickly. But I did feel that I felt like number 4 on their team, the person who like shouldered him, like huge height mismatch, but it did look pretty dirty to me. It looked and felt dirty. Like there was a clear eye check that, okay, here it comes. Yeah. So I did not appreciate that at all. I think if you're standing up for yourself in that sense, great. But there was an element of just really like, I don't know, it felt poor. It felt like poor behavior to me. The way we maybe as a club handled that situation, and it's not so much on Trossard, but to me it felt like he was really, really dragging that moment out. And it was frustrating. Like if I was a Wolves player, I would have been very frustrated with that.
I think that has to go more big picture. I don't think that's Trossard. So you can say the medical staff goes out there. You could say I'm thinking maybe more like you. I'd say, hey, Mikel wanted to make the sub. He needed to get Calafiori a little bit. His warm up, obviously, he gets injured in the warm ups. He needed to give him an extra 2 minutes or so, right? Trossard, I need you to stay down. I need you to act like your face is bust up or something like that. I think there's something more nefarious there. If that's the way you're going, I don't think it was just Trossard being like, I'm gonna lay here for 4 minutes. I don't think that's the case.
Okay. No, that's, that could be totally fair. And I guess I would say if Richie wasn't ready to play, then why did we even do it? Honestly, why did we even do it? But you know what's the biggest like worrying thing right now, Steven, is that we are near the end of February, and I don't know who's our best front three.
Have we ever had a best front three this season? We've had onesies and twosies. There's been moments where Trossard is absolutely there. We prefer Saka just because he is the guy, supposed to be the guy. Striker, Marino, probably had the best moments at 9 this season, to be honest with you. Yeah, we've never had a great front three. And it is the most worrying thing about our squad. 100%.
And it's just such a strange situation to be in, because we've known the problem. We've gone and we've signed a player, and I mean, you're backing him really hard. And you know, to be fair, I agree with you that like there's no one else. Obviously, I wish Kai Havertz would just get up. I wish he would just get up and start playing, dude. Trust me. I strongly feel the moment that we're in right now. If I don't see Kai Havertz play more football soon, it might all be over, dude.
It is sad. Gyökeres is our top goal scorer in the league by 3 goals.
Respect.
Who's tied for the next 2? Martin Zubamendi and Leandro Trossard. Like, it's just, that's not good enough. And I think own goal is probably sitting there in that 2nd to 3rd spot, to be honest with you. Ugly.
That's why you have to look at the manager. And say, why doesn't Eze play on the left wing? Like, you just have to look at that and ask that question.
Because one time he let a player go by him and score. Remember Matty Cash? Once he did that, he can never play left wing again, KP.
Like, are we serious with that? Is that where we're drawing the line? 90 million? That's an issue, dude. There's this weird like ego complex, I feel like, with this manager of just like getting these players and wanting them to just fit into doing his thing. It's like, Eze just looks so unhappy, dude. I'm not letting that go. He looks so unhappy. He doesn't want to play right center mid. He just doesn't. He could care less about that, dude.
I didn't think he looked awful today. I will say, I don't think he did look awful.
No, it's not about looking awful, Steven. It's about that the manager has to set up the team for success. And he's just consistently now not setting us up to succeed.
Setting us up for success. And that's when I said earlier, I really thought he was going to move to left wing. I saw Norgard coming on. Eze to left wing. This is perfect. All right. I know Eze can hold it up on the left wing for sure. I've seen Norgard hold it up and win headers and be a big man in the midfield. No, Eze at left wing, how that ever died off is again, it's one of those things I don't know. I just can't explain it. Before the season, you remember how hyped we were that he was going to be our left winger? Me and you were like dead set. He's left wing. He's not coming in to play the midfield. He's coming in to play left wing because what do we need to do? We need to put our best players on the field because what's our problem? Scoring goals. Here we are, 2026. What's our problem? Scoring goals. Getting our best players on the field.
Dude, that's crazy. That's like crazy work from the manager. Stop gaslighting us, man. Stop, like, knock it off, dude. It's not funny anymore. You guys all got together and had your little introspective conversation, but I'm not seeing it. I'm still seeing a team that is hanging on, Steven. It's 2-1, and we're hanging on. We're just going to sit back. We're going to let them come on to us. What? That has not worked out very well for us.
No, it hasn't. You know, that's our staple, right? Being a defensive team. That's what we're good at. Being defensive. Years past, you know, putting on that Rob Holding. That was a staple that we had. It won us games. Then it turned into the Jorginho thing. We're winning a game, you put on Jorginho, you kind of like lock it down. We do not have that substitution this year. There isn't a substitution to be made where like we're locking it down. That just like seems to, it just went out the window. When you're based, your team is based on defense and you're in a 2-1 game, guess what we rely on? Our defense. Maybe that's why we don't control the game, because we're relying on our defense. The players are saying, hey, this is what we know. This is what we're good at. The manager needs to put them in the best situation to succeed by giving them another defender on the field, another player that can win balls on the field. It seems pretty obvious to me. Again, like you said, we're fans. I'm not getting paid to be a coach. I'm not even getting paid to talk right now. But I do have eyes. I do have eyes, and I've watched this team before.
Absolutely, dude. And it feels so strange to be so down right now. I think it's the league. Every fan wants the league so badly because like we're in a cup final. we could very well make it so far in the FA Cup. Like with the draws that we're getting, who did we just pull? Like Mansfield? I've never heard of them. I got to be honest with you. Last time we played them was like 1905 or something like that. I don't know those guys like that, dude. And we're top of the Champions League. Crazy score lines in the Champions League, by the way. I'm seeing Bodo Glimt beating Inter Milan. Like Galatasaray is beating Juventus. Like the Champions League is wide open. We're taking the lead. But I'm worried this consistently trying to sit back this season and not being to close down shop, it's only going to hurt more when we make it deeper in these cup runs. Imagine that now. The late goals in the league, they hurt, but boy, those Champions League end games, I've seen a few. I have seen a few.
So since the beginning of January, we conceded 2 goals against Bournemouth, 2 goals against Chelsea, 3 goals against United, 2 goals against Kairat, and then 2 goals to Wolves today. That's too much. That's not what we do, right? We're talking about the offensive struggles. Maybe we are truly like a 1-0 to the Arsenal squad, giving up 2 to 3 goals to some of these, dare I say, inferior teams. It's not good enough.
It's not, and honestly, I do believe a lot of it goes back down to Martin Odegaard, dude. Like, I'm sorry. I know this is like at a point now that I just hope people start to see it a little bit more. You know, it's just like Kai Havertz. It's like, you don't know what you have sometimes, dude, until it's taken away from you. That's how it goes.
Let's go big picture. You had me look up some of these titles to the AFTV videos because they're hilarious. Like, they're actually genuinely funny. But, you know, there's a lot of unforgivable, disgusting, disgraceful performance. We just handed it to City. If we lose to Spurs, I'm gone. So I feel like there's a section of our fan base that is throwing in the towel. It's a 5-point gap. City have a game in hand. One thing to say is, if City win out, they beat us. Like, that's kind of where it's at right now. If they win out, since we have to play them away, if they somehow won the remainder of their games, they would automatically win the league. We can no longer do that. So where are you at on that situation? Are you waving the flag? Are you still got some dog in you?
Yeah, this is where it's like super hard. I just thought it would be cool to kind of like look at these titles that they have, because they are at least the sentiment that we see in here coming out of this stadium. And they've all tried to keep a pretty cool head, I think, throughout this season. I'm a little bit shocked that they're fully like giving up on the league. That part is a little strange to me. I understand the gap. I understand that if they win out, if we win out, like, is it even possible for us to actually win all of the games that are still left? I get it. But to be like fully just giving up is a bit strange. We still have to play City. Like, you know, to me, this feels just how the script is working out right now. It was always going to be too easy. This season has felt too easy, dude.
The cup games are, I mean, it's like black and white. That's kind of how it feels. And I shouldn't say that because our record isn't bad, right? We've only lost a few games in the league. I think you said we were just talking before this. It's the draws that are killing us right now. We're drawing a lot of games. That was our issue last year. The draws, man, the draws are killing us.
The draws, it's at 7 now. 7 draws. Last season, what did we end up with? Like 13? I mean, that's how you lose the league, dude. That's a lot of points you're leaving on the table.
Mm-hmm. A lot of it's picking up 1 but dropping 2. That's how it feels a lot for us. We're just picking up 1 but dropping the 2. We don't have a lot of draws where we're like, Brentford is a good example of a game where like I felt like we earned the point. We held on for that point versus today where we dropped 2.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. And I mean, I do feel like at least that their sentiment, I'm seeing a lot of people saying bottled it, a lot of people on Blue Sky as well. people are trying to stay positive on Blue Sky, but today was the first time that I think I've actually saw other people saying, "Yo, Gabriel Martinelli, maybe he's a sub, guys. Like maybe he's a sub."
I gotta say, 3 years in a row, we've seen this happen. It feels like the script. Like, it feels like we've seen this movie before. As soon as this game ended, it's like, I understand why people feel this way. We've seen it before. We've seen it happen. Losing, excuse me, I keep like using terms like that. Drawing a team like Wolves, bottom of the league, it's almost like unacceptable for a team fighting for the league, right? With only a 4-point gap. You can't draw a team like Wolves, man. That's crazy. Brentford, we can live with that. We live with 7th place Brentford away. All right, you can live with it. You cannot drop points to a team like Wolves when you have City, who bought Guehi and bought Semenyo in January. They bought the 2 best available players in January. They're coming hard. They're coming fast. They're not resting on their laurels. When you're playing a team like that can have a January like that and is coming hard and fast, it's almost like unacceptable.
That's fair. I think that's fair. I do think that since it's been so long that we have won the league, and having the recent shortfalls, the 3 back-to-back second place finishes, there's a lot of pressure on the players. But I think as fans, we're also not really helping the cause. We're not in the stadium, but I've heard it throughout like this season. I don't know if it's just like the media narrative that's now becoming true, but there's been a lot of commentary saying that like inside the Emirates, like it feels nervous, you know? Sometimes the games feel nervous. You hear that from the commentary. I'm not there, so I have to believe that what they're saying is kind of true, and I'm starting to see it. I don't know what the away fans were like today, the last 20 minutes. Were they all just really quiet and watching the game?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but possibly were they just all clinched for the last 20 minutes, believing that this might slip here? These guys might score on us? Like, David Raya today. Shocking. That's a shocking situation.
The nerves come with what we've seen. And I use the term, the proof is in the pudding. When I've seen this happen 3 years, it's like, it's not crazy for me to think that it could happen again, right? I've seen it happen 3 times. Why? You have to prove to me why it's going to be different.
Yeah.
Where's the proof in that? There was proof in that. I mean, the gap at Christmas was like 2 points. It's barely any gap. We stretched it. Well, I don't even know what the biggest gap at. Was it 7 points was the biggest gap at some point this season?
Sure.
That's not big enough. That's not enough for me to like start believing. So yeah, those nerves, they're always going to be there. Especially when you put in a performance like this. Last minute goals against Aston Villa. Last minute goals against Sunderland. Those types of things like, oh no. Uh-oh. Not again.
So it sounds like you're starting to get on the train for the league is done, huh?
No, not on the train. It's just one of those things where, again, you have to prove to me why not. I'm honestly looking at the team. You're talking about, well, the fans feel nervous. Are the players nervous? Like, honestly, are the players do they have the mental to do it? I don't know if they do, KP, because I haven't seen them do it. Like this cup competition, like the Carabao Cup, the final, I really hope we win that thing. Because that might be the push that we need to get through the rest of the season. The mental of the fans is bad. It kind of feels like we're feeding off of the players. It's like it's just bad right now. I think we're both feeding into each other, and it's like a black hole. I don't know how you get out of the vortex.
That's fair. That's fair. And the performances have to be there. I mean, when you think back to the 2-point gap, with the 2-point gap, you still felt very comfortable, like in the team, in what you were kind of seeing, right? Right now, it's really hard to believe because it's We're not consistently seeing the starting 11 that maybe some of us or most of us would prefer. And a lot of it is due to injury, but a lot of it is also just starting to fall on the manager. I really do believe that. I really liked what you said on the other pod about how, come the end of the season, these conversations are going to be very interesting, because it does start to feel that maybe the fan base itself would have very strong opinions about the manager come the end of the season.
I've said this before. My NBA analogy: the Warriors had a great team. Mark Jackson was their coach. They just couldn't do it. They couldn't win in the playoffs. Couldn't do it. First year, they fire him, hire Steve Kerr. They start winning. Three-peat on that thing. It's like, sometimes someone can take you to the mountaintop. They just can't get you to the crest. They can't just get you there. And sometimes when I'm watching this manager make decisions right now, it almost feels like that. There's games I think you can point to with every manager: Jose Mourinho, Pep, Don Carlo. It's like they won that game. They made a decision. They won that game. I don't have a lot of games where I can point to it and be like, Mikel won that game. And I'm talking about based on in-game adjustments, like late substitution, things like that. Great halftime adjustments from this manager. I'll give him that. But those second half things I don't know if he has it. I don't know if he has it in him yet, man.
Yeah, that bit is really hard, dude. That bit is really hard. That's why he has to really rely on the people that he's also surrounded with to have some of those conversations. But ultimately, I mean, the decisions are his. And I guess I hear you, because a lot of times it feels like the decisions that he makes, they lose us games. Like you were talking about all these managers that are winning games with their decisions. And it's not even that he's losing games. It's that like this draw really, really feels like a huge, huge loss. The Sunderland game, it just felt like such a big loss. And it was down to our decision making for the game management, dude. And that's tough, bro. That's tough.
So we got, looking forward, a very, very, very big game this weekend. Away to Tottenham. I think this could be talk about a make or break, right? Tottenham, if you win against Tottenham, things can change quickly. You beat Tottenham, you beat the brakes off Tottenham. I mean, everybody's back on the train. We're chugging. Do you have any thoughts starting lineup, like tactics wise? Like, do you have any expectations? Are you nervous? Are you scared? Do you ever get lonely?
Well, I do feel like that City play before us. They play Newcastle. It will be interesting to see how much pressure or relief that gives the players. In the past, when it's really, really mattered, when the lights have been really bright, Steven, we have fallen short. That is when we've lost the leagues. That is when we've lost the Champions League spots, right? And I hope it doesn't happen. I would really, really like to see Eze play left wing. I would really like to see something different in the middle. And I think if Kai Havertz is fine, just play him. I don't know I do get this sense that he's holding on to Kai Havertz for the big finals and the Champions League run. But I feel like we're in the dogfight now. Give me my dog, dude.
Man, I missed the Tottenham game. I was overseas for the home one. I missed the Eze hat trick at the time. That's his best game of the season. I had not seen it. I didn't get to see it live. Oh, man, I don't really know what to expect. I kind of think he's gonna say run it back. That's kind of what I think. We were up 2-0 today, bro. We actually were playing good. We had a decent game going. Oh man, you know who I would like to see? Who's a left winger for Tottenham? It doesn't matter. I want to see Ben White. I don't care who's playing left wing. I want to see Ben White at my right back.
I love that shot. I love that shout. I agree with you. Put Ben White at right back and give me Eze at left wing. Those are the two big notes to the manager. And honestly, I would like to see Norgard play at the 6 with a Zubimendi and Rice around him. I feel like that'll be fine. I trust Zubimendi a lot more to play that right center mid role, dude. I've seen the guy score.
I'm saying he's tied for second for most goals scored in the league with 5. Why not? There has to be, I think I said this before the Wolves game, of like, we can't play the same way we've been playing. There has to be something that changes. I mean, shit, he changed it today with Saka in the center mid. Worked to a certain degree. Yeah, we gotta keep them wrinkles coming, cause man, it's not good.
I would say that's another note, Steven. Put Saka at right wing. I would like to see Saka go back to his position. Now is just not the time for experimenting with the team like this, dude. Like this? Are you kidding me, Mikel? I was so shocked, dude.
I don't think it's much of an experiment. I also think it saves his legs. I do. I think the right wing, he's not. I don't think he's fully fit. Saka's not fully fit right now, and playing on the right wing is hurting him more than it's helping.
Do you think today he went to right wing because he was wearing the captain's armband?
Ooh, I don't even have a really take on that. I have no. I'm still wondering why he was moved to right wing. I know you got an issue with him wearing the captain's armband though, so if you got a minute, go ahead and go off.
I'm just saying, if he is going to start against Tottenham and you are going to give him the captain's armband, then yeah, I guess he has to play in the middle because he can last longer. But if he doesn't have the captain's armband and you're just going to put him at right wing and give him like 45, and then we'll see, maybe 60, maybe 70, it's enough. Noni is great, dude. I would like to see Noni play the second 45. I don't have a problem with that. But I don't know. Put Saka back where he's trusted, dude. He's trusted. He can control the game. He can be more involved. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just I don't want to see it. I don't want to see this right center mid right now. This is just not the time for it.
You were talking about you need a left footer there. Saka got a left foot.
He does, but Zubimendi's very good with both his feet. I do think he can play that role. I'm feeling very strongly about getting Christian Norgard on the pitch, dude. I'm feeling so strong about that.
I have no issue with Rice and Zubimendi double pivot. You know that. I have no issue at all with a Christian Norgard. Honestly, if you put Eze left wing, I don't know, let's put Victor at striker. Or Saka on the right wing and them 3 in the midfield? Why not? Why not us? Why not us?
I don't understand why we can't get the attacking balance right, dude. We cannot get this right.
Ben White at right back too. Oh my gosh. You're saying, get the attack right. Go off. Go ahead and talk your stuff, KP. Talk it.
Are you kidding me? Come on. Help me. It's about to be March, dude. It's about to be March, and you can't get the balance of the attack right? That's crazy work, dude.
Hey, would you say, I saw this question being floated, is Arteta too stubborn, or is he too scared?
I don't think he's scared. I'm not giving into this whole fear narrative. I don't think there's that much fear involved. I just think that he is very stuck in making it work for him.
I think you said it earlier. Ego.
That's involved. That's heavily involved, dude. It's like it has to be his system. It has to be his way. That's the only thing that makes sense for Eze to keep playing that role. That has to be it, man.
I've used the word stubborn to describe him quite a bit. Today you were throwing out the word ego, and I kind of think they go hand in hand a little bit. His stubbornness is because of that ego. Like, I'm making the right decisions. I'm the manager. Like, I know best. I don't know, man. Sometimes I would like those assistant coaches maybe to have more of an input on things.
Yeah, and we don't know. Maybe they don't have a lot of input. I'm not in that room. I couldn't tell you. But I would really hope so. I hope at least Gabriel. I mean, Hines, come on, dude. Knock on the door. Have a conversation. We need that older head, dude. We've really needed that older head to help us. And we'll see. We'll see. Northline Derby, it is a really good time to turn it around. That game is on Sunday. So hopefully the players show up, man. Some of it is down to the players, but I'm really starting to look at the manager very, very strongly, dude.
I think I am as well. I feel like we got a lot off our chest, which is good, you know. Bad result. What are we, probably 4 hours after the result? So it's coming in fresh. I think we did a pretty good job. Lots of negatives, but I think there's a lot of big pictures in those negatives of like why we feel the way we do. If you had to give me one positive looking forward, do you have any?
I think that it would be amazing if we can just have one sunny game. Give me one sunny game. That's my positive. That the weather is turning, Steven. It is staying light more.
It was always the rain. It was always the rain. My silver lining is I still do believe in my bones, bar for bar, we're the best team. I do believe that. I think matching up against anybody, we have a great team. So the cup competitions, I'm excited for those. The league is the worst. Having to sit through some of these games, it is just not fun at all because no one wants to open up, no one wants to play. I mean, it's an ugly slog. But I'm looking forward to the cup games.
Yeah, let's see how they go. And hopefully with the weather change, these groundsmen also start figuring things out, dude, because it's bad. The grass is bad, dude, everywhere we go. So enjoy your week, everyone. Only a couple of days left. Enjoy the games, and we'll see you on the other side.
Be easy.